Good afternoon, everybody. How are we? Here we are, tile number 389. And you can see I've already done a little bit to get us going because, you know, time's short and I know that we're all busy people. So doing a little bit of it to go with. Now this, what have I done here? Inked around my tile as per usual. And I've put a little bit of a sort of a, it could be the moon, it could be earth in there, whatever you want to sort of work it to. And I've used this stencil to do it. So I know if you've already got this, this is the Halloween to sort of do the two at the bottom there. I've put this one on there, just a little bit of ink round, and put that one over the top. I did put a post-it note around the edge so I didn't get a line, and then just put that bit of detail. But you can use that on its own. And you don't need to, you don't have to, but I do want to sort of do a bit of a curve. So it's really useful to have this one as well. So if you've got a cup of tea in hand, or if you've got something that's close by that's round, then by all means put that in, because what I want to do about the centre, I'm going to put a, very lightly, because I want to remove this afterwards. I'm going to put myself, let's come down a little bit, so maybe not quite in the centre. Let's have a look. I'm going to put a little sort of curve in there, you see, so it's not covering that bit at all, it's just that little bit there. Let's zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. There it is. Okay, there we are. Okay, so I'm going to double that up then, and again I'm going to stick with my pencil. I'm going to go on the outside ever so lightly. I'm going to follow that shape round, creating this kind of sort of double shape there. Okay, still in pencil, so not too, there you go, you see, along that, and into there, just so I've got a double line. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to take my watch off actually, because it's, you know, as it scratches along the table, you're like, I really don't want to do that. It's out of the way. Okay, so there's that little bit to get us going. So next thing, I'm going to come in with my pencil, still a pencil for now, and I want to put in a little over and under kind of line. You see, so I'm going under there, and then over the next one, under, over, under, over, under, over. Let's leave it there. You see, you can wander away over there, that's fine. Okay, so let's have a look now. I'm going to come on in. I want to bring sort of a line across here, so I'm going to turn it slightly, and it's going to sit slightly outside, and it's going to sort of wind its way along and come on out over there. So it's a little bit of an angle, that's fine. Okay, and let's put another one in, sort of over the top. Doesn't have to be straight at all, like that. Okay, so I'm going to put this line in with pen because I want to sort of keep that. So sort of square it off at the end, and let's bring that in. So you see, quite wavy. Now when I get to this end, I'm not going to join it. I'm going to in fact take it a little bit wider, like that. Okay, and let's put a little extra on there. So sort of down here as well, let's come in, a little bit of a line down there. Now if I just zoom in a little bit, there you go. From here I can go a bit wider there, and then in. You see how it sort of works its way around that way. Okay, and then one up here. Again, see how it's kind of wavy? We want that. We want that. All right, so far so good. Okay, so I'm going to come back to pencil for this bit, and I'm probably going to need a thicker pen as well, just to fill in, but let's see where we sort of head off here. So I'm going to start with quite a, only small, you don't want to go big with this, just like a little oval shape like that. Oh, look at that. And then on the top, it's going to have a little bubble, but you see it's slightly to one side, it's not straight up, it's slightly more that way. Okay, and then let's go a bit bigger now, you've got that idea. I'm going to round it there so it creates a round, you see. And then on this side, I'm going to go all the way along like this, you know, making it that way. Little beak. And then let's follow this line and give it a little bit of a tail. Okay, so if I draw around that now, the whole thing, around there, see, the whole thing. It's a penguin. Yeah, it could be, maybe not on a branch. So let's fill that in. I think a penguin would be a little bit heavy, but if you wanna call it a penguin, you can. There you go, Rose. There you go. Little bird. I'm hoping it looks sort of like a bird anyway. All right, so you could have a lone bird if you want to. Bless its little heart. I'm just going to make that a little bit thicker there, look, bottom. Yeah. But you know what? We're quite sociable creatures, us tanglers, aren't we? So let's come back in again. See if we could draw another penguin for Rose. Going to do a smaller one. And again, let's start with that sort of oval shape. Or maybe that's a bit close, I think. Maybe they're not that close. Let's go along a bit. There you are. Okay. And then let's have the head this time look going this way. You see? And then let's come around here. You see? Around that way. And then on this side, I'm going to go around there. Okay. A little bit of a beak. Let's go. Looks like it's looking up there. And then again, let's put that little tail in there. So coming on in, let's draw around the whole thing now. And fill it in. All right, so let's see, I'll remove that bit of pencil underneath the chin after, but not yet. I want to make sure that my pen's fully dry first, but looks like it's got a double chin at the minute, but it's just a bit of pencil. We'll sort that later. Let's have a look. Okay, so a bit of a shape there. Okay, looks a bit weird at the minute, but I'll rub it out in a minute. It's not to worry. Okay, can always change the shape if I need to. Let's put a little leaf there. Now, when I say a little leaf, we can do a couple of things. We could put these kind of leaves in. We've still got a few up there. Or you could do a little bit of holly in there. I think I'm going to mix a bit of the two together. So to start with, let's have some of these. See how it's sort of, I always go from the bottom out and around like that. And do another one there. So it's taking my sort of little stem up. One there and one there, and curving it slightly as we go around. All right, so I'm going to put another one on the bottom of this. We don't want too many now, do we? Because it's getting to that point where leaves are starting to fall off trees and things now, and it's getting to the stage where they're going to be a little bit bare. See, I might just put an odd one on there, like the others sort of do their thing. Okay. So, coming sort of around this piece here, let's have a look then at a little bit of holly. I know it's maybe a little bit early, but maybe. So, if I bring a stem off there, just like I would for one of these, but instead of doing a curve like this, I'm going to do this kind of shape. All right, looks like an upside down letter M. And then if I do it this way as well, it looks like the right way up, letter M. A little bit of holly. Let's do another. So again, like 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. And join. So another 1, 2, 3. I don't think they're all going to be the same size and shape every single time. It's not what it's about. They're all going to be different. And of course we want some little, let's put some little berries in there as well at the same time, keeping it in with that. So next little bit, let's pick another one. Little shape there. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and do another one. So I'm not going to do 3 at every point. Let's put a couple of little berries in there. Let's have a look at where we're at. All right, so you've got this nice sort of mixture of the two going on there. I'm going to put a little bit down here as well, I reckon. 2, 3, look, doing that shape again. And then the same with this one. Okay, a couple of little berries in there as well. So you don't have to do that all the way around. We could put little blossoms on and all sorts. But it's nice to think, to mix it in a little bit. So if I come in now, see, I'm going to go underneath that shape there. And then put some more of those leaves in. Yeah, just kind of mix it up a little bit. Get little bits of holly growing around as well. So maybe, see that one, do I want it at the front? Do I want it behind? I'm going to go in front. So let's put some down here. Into this one. Okay. So you can put as many or as few of these in as you like. And we're going to add a few extra bits as well, so we'll see where that gets us. But, you know, mix them in with each other. Let's turn it around a little bit and along here. And just a little apology, everybody. I've been a little bit crazy busy this week. And I will update the website. I promised you I will do it. As soon as I finish this tile, I'll go in there and I'll update it. Because, of course, I know some of you are waiting for your for Egypt to go on there. And there's a couple of stamp sets I've not added on yet and things like that. So I will go and update it all when I've finished here. See that? I'm going to go underneath because I've got a bit of a branch there. And in there. Okay, maybe you're going to put another one there, look. See, that's starting to sort of form part of a little bit of a wreath, really, isn't it? Well, still need more of these little leaves going around. Let's put one in there, look. And just have one sort of coming underneath. It's amazing, isn't it, how a few little lines can create something that starts to look quite heavy and thick. And that's what we want. We want a kind of a really nice bunch of leaves and things. One there, look. Sue, you mean the ones that you put the tiles in? There's like 6 on a sheet? Yes, I do have some of them. I will ask Sarah to count up what we've got in stock and I'll add them on. So yeah, I'll do an update of everything. Okay. So at this point, I can come on in and I'm going to bring in, you see this sort of line? Now, when I get to the end of the line there, it's going to sort of go in to dots because I don't want to have a real fixed end, you see? Slightly. That one's slightly longer. So it looks like it's going round, but it's not finishing. And then, of course, after that, I can remove the pencil. But then as we work our way around here, I can come in. You know, you've really got to look at where they are. You don't want to go over any leaves that you've drawn, things like that. And put those in. Okay. Now see here, I've still got that line coming through. I'll sort that out in a minute. Just want to put these in first. So, you know, take care as to where you're drawing your lines. And follow it around. Oh, Rose, what do you think? Do you think I'm bringing anything new? If I can get it done. So I can't because I'm only going to be doing a demonstration on Saturday, so I've not got a stand. So I will only be there for a short while on the Hobby Maker stand. So I don't have any space to put anything. So we'll be on Sewing Street as well next week. It's a bit of a busy one. So we're looking for that as well, Sue. What you like? I know, we all like new things, don't we? See, I put that line in as well. You've all got your Egypt to be playing with for a while. I'm sure that's plenty to be going on with. All right, you see where we've got this sort of going over and under? I'm just thickening up that line just a little bit. Again, it's about giving that little bit of texture in there, isn't it? Okay. So, there we are. Oh, Sue, I hope he's all right. I'm so sorry about your little dog. Oh, we do love our pets, don't we? I love my boys to bits, and I know you're all the same. Okay, we need something else in here, don't we? So we want a little bit of, maybe a little bit of colour in places. So how are we going to do that? Let's introduce some little buds. And so we don't want to do this shape because we've already got that. We've got some little red berries in there. So what do we do? Let's bring in something, it's very sort of simple. And let's go curved, loop, loop, loop. You see? Very sort of, we don't want to overdo the detail because it's almost all making everything work together. So, you see, loop, loop. And if I work my way around the shape I've got here, putting these little loops in. So let's put one up in there as well. See, I can go over, it's fine. Loop. And, you know, they don't all have to be facing downwards. They can be up and all sorts of things. Let's have one coming off here. See, if they're too heavy, we need thicker sort of branches and things. I don't want to do that. So I'm just coming around the outside at the minute and working my way in there. Loop. Loop. And so let's put one in there. Loop. So they're all kind of working their way around. Let's put one in there as well. Okay. There you are. Oh, Sue. And then my boy's 14. He's had a few issues, bless him. And now it does go out to you, it really does. Alright. Let's have another one. You see how quickly this is starting to build up? Let's have a little look at this. Look at that, see how it's all sort of coming in and you've got this little sort of conversation going on with our little birds there. And of course, let's have a look, we've got this lovely sort of shape going around. I think what I'm going to have to do is going to bring in a little bit of rubbing out, I think. I'm going to really leave those birds till the end though, because I don't want to see any of that. I know some of it's going to smudge a little bit, but that's okay. Just don't want my birds to. Let's have a little look and see if I can take that chin off. There it is, it looks like it's facing the right way. Okay, so a couple of little bubbles, I reckon, around the place, just to give it that little feel. And of course, all different sizes. I'm going to just go around that edge kind of thing, you see, just add in a few little bits. I know a bit of it's smudged there, I don't mind so much. There you go. So first things first then, I'm going to bring some colour in this, but you see, because I've used that sort of soft teal colour, I'm going to kind of stick with the blues going around. So I'm going to come in with, let's have a look what I've got here. I've got my white, of course, and I've got my mid sea blue and my dark sea blue. I think that might be just about it. I don't want to overdo it. Let's put some, I've got the darker one here. I'm going to come in with my colour just at the bottom of that stem there. Might be better actually if I actually sharpen it just for a moment. There we go. Just give it a little bit of a point on the end. That'll probably be a bit better. There we go. Better. A little point on the end there. And then it's going to fade out a little bit. There we go. Doesn't need much more than that. See, because they're very small sections, it doesn't need a lot. So keep it sort of sharp and just sort of on one edge, coming round. I suppose the other thing, we've put some berries in here, but because I say I'm sticking to the blues, bringing out a red berry in the middle of all this was going to look a little bit too much, I reckon. So maybe we do them a white or maybe a purple instead. You know, don't always think you've got to do them exactly the colour that they are. There you are. All right. So that's that little bit done there. And then I'm going to come in with the, let's have a look, the actual leaves here. And again, I'm just going to sharpen that mid-sea blue. So my regular leaves. Now, if you're going to just use pencil with this, just regular pencil and tortillon, of course, that's fine. If you add your pencil where I'm adding mine a moment, and then you can push it out with your tortillon here. But because I'm using colours, I want you to just take your time with it and not press on too much, because I'll bring in my white pencil in a short while. And you'll notice I'm not particularly going in and colouring the whole thing, and I'm not staying on one side completely. You see, as long as you've got some on the bottom and down one side a little bit, that's absolutely fine. You see, that's where my pen smudges. I don't mind. You see, just little bits as I work my way around into there. Working around. And see, you've got a little bit going on there as well. So they don't have to be seriously coloured. You just add in a little bit in. I say if you want to do this with regular pencil, go for it. And you add it in when I'm putting it, and then use your tortillon to soften it all out. Alright, that's those bits. And back into these, let's bring some in there. I just think you could actually, you know, have this where they're in Locket Lane above the houses, maybe, rather than you don't have to do the whole wreath. You could have this little line sitting amongst the houses and your little birds having a conversation amongst the trees and things. Okay, so almost in with it. Let's do that one. And that one, let's have a little look. All done, I think. Okay, so I'm going to bring my white in and go over. So I'm not, again, putting too much effort into that. It's almost just sort of burnishing that colour together, isn't it? I'm just softening those edges off a little bit. And sort of adding that bit in. Now, of course, you're not going to see much white, depending on what kind of tile you've got. If you've got a darker one, you'll see more, of course. But you can see mine is sort of helping to blend it in a little bit, isn't it? Could even do it a little bit, see, on there as well, look. It acts as a little blender. So if not, I might come back and put some white on there and put some blue on there in a short while. And along we go with those. So that sort of really looks kind of nice. Added to those. Okay. So if I just come back with my little bit of blue there, like adding a little bit in. No, I think same on this one, look. A little bit down there. Okay, let's have a little look at that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of that colour coming around. Oh, missed, look, always miss one. Oh, hi Lynn. No, you've been busy acting and all sorts. Seeing those posts, you're doing a good job by the looks of it. Looks like you're enjoying yourself. Yeah, it's all that after partying, I bet. Yes. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to bring in a little bit of, sort of a bit of purple. Let's bring in the lagoon. Because as we say, we wanted to have slightly different colour berries. So let's bring in that. This again, I'm just sort of colouring a little bit, not all of it, just leaving a little highlight there. They're really kind of small anyway, so you don't have to go into too much detail. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit in there too. So it needs hardly any because they're so small anyway. But putting all this together, it's giving it that, I'm even going to do there, like that sort of harmonious kind of colour combination. And follow through. Now we've got to think as well, holly leaves. And again, you think, oh, we've got to do green. I might bring a bit of green in actually, a dark green for that. That should work. Bring a little bit of a difference to it. And then more on that. And again, okay, I'm going to bring that white in. So gently just sort of soften off the edges there. Doesn't need much, again, it's just working in those little areas that help bring it together. Start it all going. So I'm really only working in those top sections, you know, the bigger loops. Oh, another one there, look. Let's put that in. Okay. And then dark grey. Oh, Rose, don't guess. You'll never get it. You'll never get it. Now, somebody did ask, as a few people asked actually, about starting. How do you start? So what I am going to do next week is start with the first show being more based on how do you get started. And then the second show is going to be more about you've started, you've had a go, and now let's get into it. And then the third show is going to be, well, how do I actually then, let's get some stencils out and see what we're going to do with them. So there's a bit of a theme going on, and it's going to build that kind of way. So always worth having a look in to see what's going on. But that's the kind of way I wanted to look at it. And of course, if you still not sure about colouring, I'm going to do some colouring demos and things like that as well. So, okay. All right, let's have a little look. Oh, have I missed? What have I missed? Or did I get it? Did I get it? I think I've got them all. Yeah, I think so. If not. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just going to come in back with my little bit here. And let's go in a little bit more. See, and add a little bit around the bottom of some of those leaves. See, this one's sticking up, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just looking at these ones that they're sort of facing me. So this one, yes, this one, bit there, not those. This one. Not that one, this one. Let's see, do a little bit there. A little bit on those. Not that one, that one. And bring my torty on it. There we go. In we go with that. So you see, I'm being ever so gentle, and where I've got that little bit of pencil, adding a touch in there. See, I've not done any there, got a little bit there. It's going to give out a little hint of shadow. Not too much. You don't want to do it with everything. I think if you do it with everything, it starts to look a bit samey and everything's sort of at one level then. What we're trying to build is different sort of sections going on here. And so that one there. And I'm going to come back in with my pencil and a little bit on the edge. Only if you can see it. Along there. I'm actually going to do a little bit on the top there as well. I know you can't really see that kind of thing, but I'm going to do that there. And along we go. And soften it off just a little bit. All the way around. Okay, let's have a little look at that. So there it is. So there's my little friends are having a conversation. Let's just have a look at this. You see, it's gone in a little bit too much there. I'm just going to take that curve off a touch. So it looks like it's facing there, but facing the forward, but actually looking at this one and having a bit of a chat. So there you go. Lovely little thing, isn't it? Really kind of sweet. So last thing to do, initials. Now, of course, you could do this in every season if you wanted to. You could have this as a bright summer sky and you could have lots of greens down here and you could actually create even more flowers rather than the holly. Take that out. You could go complete red and green. You could go completely monochrome. All kinds of things. But just before I go, don't know if you were aware that it's our Sarah's birthday on Monday. So what we thought we'd do is, I know it's not Monday, it's Friday, but between now and Sunday and midnight, and especially being that I'm going to be updating the website, Sarah said, can you give everybody a discount? So here we go. Here's your discount code. There we go. If you put that in at checkout between now and Sunday at midnight, you'll get 10% off. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Of course, give me a chance to update it. I'm off to do that right now. So, okay, have a lovely weekend, everybody. If you come into the NEC, I'll catch you there, I'm sure. Leslie going to be there and I on Saturday morning. But other than that, have a good one and I'll see you soon. So take care, everybody. Bye.